Guys, it's Wade here with your Thursday spot Friday morning on Pagan Perspective. Apologies again, I know I always do this, so I may as well just stop apologising, but last night, uni work, mad. So I've decided to do it this morning. A lot of you were asleep anyway, so I'm sure you won't mind because you love me. So yeah, I'm wearing this t-shirt again, simply because I kind of feel it's fitting for today's subject. And today's subject, we are discussing evil. Shizulu actually sent in the question, and he asks, there's the line in the Wiccan Rede which talks about evil, and in some variations it's changed to unwanted spirits. How do we feel about that, and evil on a whole, and evil spirits? And that whole situation basically just primarily focusing on the use of evil in witchcraft and paganism as a word, and also has a concept. So I don't believe in evil. I don't believe evil exists. Evil is a word that is of fairy tales, in my opinion. Evil is that primarily a word given to someone which is no different than using the bitch word. If someone is evil, if someone is a bitch, they are just words given to things to show a matter of opinion. It's not actually a fact that something is evil. So for me to say something is an evil spirit, yes, I will probably use that word at some time in my life, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that spirit is completely a negative entity. Let me just take it back a step actually and kind of say, everything in the world is black and white. Everything is evil and everything is good. Now, anybody who has been brought up in a Wiccan household, or actually there's a lot of pagan paths that kind of teach that everything has black and white, which makes a grey. Everything is merged together in one. Nobody is good, nobody is bad. We all do bad things in our lives and we all do good. Even Christians accept that. We all are sinful and we are never going to be perfect beings. That is a fact of life. Why? Because everybody's perception of what is bad and what is good varies. So nobody can always be 100% a perfect person, because the whole of society doesn't view the world in the same way. So, for example, celebrities are so popular because they base their judgments on what the popularity, what the majority of the public want. So, therefore, they are perceived as good, or maybe in some cases evil, depending on who it is and the action taken. A bad thing to me may not be a bad thing for you. An evil thing that I see as evil may not be evil to you. So therefore, evil doesn't exist, because evil as you see it is evil, is a fact. Something is evil, but it's not, because evil is an opinion. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm confusing you, I know, because I'm confusing me. But the thing is, evil isn't, and I've got the version of the Wiccan Rede which states evil spirits instead of unwanted spirits, and I actually prefer the unwanted spirits theoretically more, but I've literally just stuck that version in my BOS, so it's not really something that I'm going to go, oh, I need to get that out because it doesn't say that word. But as a person, and as in my view, the word evil doesn't make anything. It doesn't. I don't know. Evil just isn't. I don't know how if I've explained it, but I've now lost myself. Like I say, there is good and evil, good and bad in everything. But what you perceive as good may be bad. What I perceive as bad. So there necessarily isn't going to be evil or good in the world, because everybody's opinion of it is different. So I can't speak on evil spirits, because a spirit could do something good and do something negative, but it doesn't necessarily make it evil, and it doesn't necessarily make it good. It's just understanding the way that people work in their minds, and whether we personally perceive them in our own opinion as something that we like or dislike. And then you can use words like evil or not, but on the whole, we don't perceive things as evil, and we don't perceive anything as good, because everything has those qualities. Everything is capable of doing something good and doing something evil. There's been a situation actually in my hometown that has involved a certain person who was perceived as good and did a evil act. But it all comes down to the fact that that person isn't evil. What led that person to do an evil thing was possibly out of that person's control, was possibly torment from the other person. So is the other person evil even though they were a victim for tormenting an evil thing? It's confusing, but my opinion on the subject is evil. I'm saying evil so much I'm actually forgetting what the word means. Evil isn't a fixed thing. Evil isn't something I can talk to you as a topic on, because it doesn't exist. Evil is a opinion. Evil is not a concept. It is an idea that we kind of label things with. We label people as being beautiful because we perceive them as being beautiful. So we label someone as being evil because we dislike the way that they take their life, because they take their life a different way to the way we would have made that action. So for a spirit or something to be evil, I know I'm going over myself, just to clarify with you all, for something to be evil, it has to be something that you wouldn't do, and you can't accept as what you would do as being the right thing, because nobody knows what the right thing is. Just because society says what you're doing is the right thing, just because the majority think that what you're doing is the right thing, doesn't necessarily make it moral or the right thing. Because humans are all the same. We're all imperfect beings, and we're all going to accept the things that we do and feel are right as right. And if the majority do that, then we're always going to see things that are slightly out of the box. And I'm not defending people who do bad things, but not everything that you see as being bad, not everything that everybody does that seems evil to you, especially when you don't know the full story, is actually as sadistic and as extremely bad and evil as you may first think. It's a confusing subject, and I know that I'm kind of touching on this on a very psychological level right now, but those are my views, and I've never used the word evil in any spells or anything. Obviously